I get Israel. I get the Jews. I get it. I understand. You think it's my first rodeo with you dipshits? I know exactly what you're doing.
Candace Owens is catching major heat right now, and the backlash is getting louder by the day. The whole situation exploded after she called out Erika Kirk in her new docuseries, Bride of Charlie. But this is where things start getting messy fast. The online reaction didn't look like simple disagreement. Reports started spreading that Erika allegedly paid social media influencers to push posts labeling Candace as demonic. That's not just regular criticism, it's a serious character attack meant to stain someone's reputation in a very dark way. When people start throwing around heavy labels like that, it usually looks less like confidence and more like panic. Let's slow this down for a moment and really look at the timing. If Candace is supposedly wrong about everything, and if the entire series is just nonsense like some critics claim, then why did what looked like a coordinated push start before the episodes even aired?
Here's what all of their posts looked like yesterday. As you can see, calling her a demon multiple different times, using practically the exact same words.
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
That timing had a lot of people raising eyebrows. Why get the messaging ready before the public even sees the content? If nothing serious is coming out, why rush to shape the narrative early like something explosive might be around the corner? Then things escalated quickly. Right after the premiere, reports about a leaked internal email from Turning Point USA began circulating online. According to claims spreading across social media, the message told staff to frame Candace as evil and demonic and push that message across different platforms. That's not the kind of thing that looks like random internet drama. To many viewers, it looked more like organized messaging being rolled out.
You go yourself, you demonic f***ing scum. This just can't be what this movement is. And if it is, I just don't want any part of it. You motherfucker. You deserve to feel the little licks of the flames of hell on every inch of your body.
When the same wording starts showing up across multiple accounts, people notice patterns real fast. And right on cue, Dan Bongino went on air and used almost the exact same language, same tone, same framing, same energy. He repeated the demonic label nearly word for word while criticizing Candace on his show. Now maybe that's just coincidence, or maybe it shows some alignment behind the scenes. Either way, viewers started connecting the dots very quickly. And there's another piece people keep bringing up. This is the same Dan Bongino who previously said he reviewed the Epstein files and claimed there was nothing there. That statement alone already sparked strong reactions and divided public opinion.
He would love for me to be angry. He would love it. He would love it. Because it would distract me from building what Charlie entrusted to me, raising our babies. Turning Point, being there for the team, being there for what the future holds.
So when he jumps into this situation defending Erika and going hard at Candace, critics immediately start asking questions. People online are now asking a much bigger question. Is this really about facts, or is it about protecting certain narratives? Because the intensity of the reaction surprised a lot of observers. This wasn't just pushback or normal political debate. It looked more like a rapid response shutdown attempt. The language was intense, the rollout happened quickly, and the messaging across several voices sounded almost identical. That kind of coordination rarely happens by accident. When the same phrases begin popping up across different platforms from well-known voices, audiences start noticing patterns fast. And now the big question making the rounds online is simple.
I said, you simply will not be able to deny that when you see the stuff that we have uncovered about her and the missing years, I'll say plural, of Erika's life. Very weird. Where was Erika?
What exactly is Erika worried Candace might reveal next? Because when reactions come this strong and this fast, people often assume someone somewhere is feeling serious pressure. Meanwhile, Ben Shapiro also stepped into the situation and went directly after Candace, repeatedly labeling her evil. At that point, many viewers stopped seeing it as random overlap. When the same wording starts echoing across several platforms right after Candace releases a controversial docuseries, and it lines up with what people say appeared in that internal email,
A piece of human debris, Candace Owens has released a trailer for her new series attacking Erika Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk. She has been suggesting for a while that TPUSA was complicit, if not in the murder of Charlie Kirk, then in the cover-up of the murder of Charlie Kirk. This is the stuff that Candace Owens has been doing. She is a conspiratorial, evil person because
audiences are going to interpret it in their own way. For many watching the situation unfold, the pattern looks clear. The wording matched, the tone matched, the timing matched, and to them, that doesn't feel like normal disagreement inside a political circle. It feels coordinated. When the same strong labels get repeated by multiple high-profile voices within just a few days, people naturally start wondering what might really be happening behind the scenes. It definitely raised eyebrows, serious ones.
that's who would do something like this, because what she's doing is evil. And when you watch her show, she gets paid to do that evil. She is making money off the murder of Charlie Kirk by literally implicating his widow and everyone else at TPUSA in that murder, and then trying to dig up pseudo dirt on the wife of the person who was murdered. I don't know what to call that other than evil trash. Candace Owens is an evil, twisted human being.
And here's the part that made the entire situation explode even louder online. Candace didn't just wake up one morning and randomly decide to target Erika or Turning Point. She's been asking the same questions from the very start. From the moment she said the FBI's explanation surrounding Charlie's assassination didn't fully make sense to her, she has stayed locked into that position. She hasn't flipped the story or changed her tone.
Right, so Lori, she runs a few companies like E3 Tech, AZ Tech, and G Tech. And on their websites, they describe projects in border protection, semiconductors, disaster prediction, dual fuel vehicle technology, even NASA Mars experiments. And remember, Raytheon partnered with Israel's Rafael to build the Iron Dome missile defense system.
She's been consistent the entire time, and that consistency is exactly why the reaction caught so many people off guard. So that brings up the big question people keep repeating everywhere. Why the sudden spike in hostility now? Why jump straight to calling her demonic? That's not normal political disagreement or policy debate. That's a direct hit on someone's character. When criticism jumps to language that extreme, the whole situation starts looking chaotic very quickly.
At the very core of that technology are advanced semiconductors, the same kind of tech Lori's companies claim to work with, and they were contracted with them. And I want to be very clear that she does not have any contracts with Rafael, but she has had contracts with Raytheon.
And this is where things start getting even more wild. Sources online are now claiming that Erika herself allegedly ordered a coordinated push and even paid influencers to spread the demonic label about Candace. One user shared what they said was a list of influencers who were supposedly contacted and offered money to publicly criticize her. Then, the situation got even louder. Some influencers actually came forward and said they were approached with offers. One of them, Matt Wallace, who has more than 2 million followers on X, posted a message that immediately started circulating everywhere. He wrote, "Full disclosure, I was offered money today to say bad things about Candace Owens." That single post sent shockwaves through social media and people talking nonstop. Now, to keep things fair, claims spreading online always need solid proof. But when influencers openly say they were offered money to attack someone, the whole energy of the situation shifts fast. Suddenly, it stops looking like organic backlash and starts looking like a calculated push designed to shape public opinion.
2008 is where it gets pretty interesting because I was trying to find Erika's very present, and suddenly in 2008, I can't find her. Okay. I put this as like Erika's missing school year now, and she's going to confirm that after she passes her crown. So in 2007, she's wearing the crown and then she passes her crown. She is going to confirm that she does indeed go missing after that period. So this would be, of course, in 2008. Take a listen to what Erika says herself.
And if that strategy really traces back to Erika, it could explain why the messaging seems so synchronized across different platforms. That detail is what people keep replaying again and again. Because Wallace also said he rejected the offer. That part stuck with a lot of viewers. If Erika and Turning Point truly have nothing to hide, why would anyone even need to go that far? Why not just challenge the claims with clear evidence? Why not ignore it completely and move forward? After all, Erika has publicly said before that responding to conspiracies is a waste of time and that she prefers focusing on building the legacy Charlie left behind. So, which version is the real one? If the mission is truly about honoring that legacy, then why would there allegedly be efforts to attack Candace Owens over what are being described as conspiracy theories? Those two things don't exactly match up.
I prayed for God to just strip my ego from all of that stuff, all of that world, all of the plastic hat crowns. So I locked myself in my room, basically turned into a hermit for about a good 8 months. The only person I would see outside of my family was my pastor's wife.
Because most people don't organize influencers and coordinate messaging over something they believe is harmless chatter. Moves like that usually happen when something starts to feel like a serious threat. And this is exactly where the tension online starts climbing fast. Some viewers are beginning to wonder if Candace might be getting uncomfortably close to something Erika would rather never see fully broken down in public. That question is buzzing across social media right now. And a big reason is the numbers. Bride of Charlie is pulling massive viewership. We're talking about roughly 7.3 million views in just 2 days. Episode 1 nearly hit 5 million views on its own. Episode 2 passed 2 million and kept climbing quickly. Episode 3 started following the same explosive pattern. At this point, this isn't just a small group online whispering theories anymore. This is massive attention. The series has turned into a wave that keeps building.
Lori Francevy established the Everyday Heroes Foundation, which was supposed to help children in need. That was established in Arizona under Erika's mother's name, Lori Francevy. What they decided to do, as charities do, is that they develop certain projects and certain missions, and what spun out from Lori's charity.
And when something catches that level of momentum on the internet, the balance of influence can shift very quickly. Critics tried the smear angle. They pushed the "she's a demon" narrative hard. There were even claims about attempts to intimidate or reveal personal details in order to damage Candace's credibility before viewers even watched the series.
Was the Romanian Angels Project, and they got this deal with the military. They worked with the military in Romania to help orphans. Okay. Now, it is a fact that they worked with, at that time, Colonel Otto Buscher. Colonel Otto Buscher was then accused of running a brothel with young children.
But something unexpected happened, the opposite of what critics hoped for. Instead of burying the story, the controversy boosted it. Instead of silencing Candace, it sent millions of curious viewers straight toward the docuseries to see what the noise was about. That's how the internet works now. The moment people sense suppression or coordinated attacks, the reaction can flip instantly and drive even more attention to the exact thing critics wanted ignored. And that brings everything back to the real core of this situation. At this stage, it's no longer just about views or viral clips. The bigger battle now is about one thing: who controls the narrative? For years, Erika and Turning Point were the ones steering the story. They controlled the messaging, set the tone, and stayed firmly in charge of the narrative. But now the energy feels different. Instead of leading the conversation, they suddenly look like they're reacting to it. And that shift alone is why many people online are picking up on what feels like panic in the air. When someone who normally runs the messaging suddenly starts scrambling to respond, the internet notices that instantly. So the question floating around isn't just why they're upset. The bigger question people keep asking is this: what exactly are they worried might surface next if this docuseries keeps gaining attention? Some viewers believe the conversation might circle back to something Candace claims she uncovered about Erika's so-called missing year. According to Candace's reporting, Erika's mother, Lori, helped start an organization called the Everyday Heroes Foundation. The group was created in Arizona and was meant to support children facing difficult situations. It was reportedly registered under Lori's name, Lori Anthropy, and like many charities, it focused on creating projects designed to help communities. One of those projects later became known as the Romanian Angels Initiative. According to descriptions available online, the goal was to partner with organizations in Romania to help orphans and vulnerable children. Reports say the project involved partnerships connected to military personnel working in that region at the time. Now, Here's where the situation becomes more complicated. According to accounts referenced by Candace, the project at one point worked with a Romanian military figure named Colonel Otto Buscher. Buscher was later accused of extremely serious crimes involving exploitation of minors, and those accusations were widely reported years ago. It's important to remember that accusations against one individual do not automatically implicate everyone connected to a broader project, but the connection itself has sparked intense debate across social media. Then, Candace mentioned another detail that really got people talking. According to her research, Erika reportedly disappeared from public view in 2008 and missed nearly an entire year of college. Candace also pointed to an old interview, one that has since been deleted, where Erika allegedly said she went into hiding for close to a year after winning her pageant crown back in 2007. That claim alone raised serious questions for some viewers, because during that same period, records reportedly still showed Erika listed as an active college student. So people began asking the obvious question: how can someone stay enrolled while also stepping almost completely out of public life for nearly 12 months? According to the account discussed in the series, Erika allegedly described that time as a period where she stayed mostly inside and rarely saw anyone besides close family members and her pastor's wife. That's not just a short break from the spotlight or a typical semester pause. That sounds more like a total shutdown from public life. Candace floated a theory about what might have been happening during that period. She suggested Erika may have gone through some kind of training. To be clear, Candace presented that idea as speculation, not confirmed fact. She didn't explain exactly what she meant by training, which left a lot of room for the internet to start filling in the blanks. And that's when the online discussion really took off. Some people began suggesting it could have been preparation for high-level networking, media training, or image management in political circles. Others speculated about structured mentorship programs connected to powerful networks. None of those ideas have been confirmed, but the theories spread fast across social media. Another layer people keep bringing up involves Erika's mother, Lori, and claims about connections within military or government circles. Again, these are interpretations being debated online, not proven conclusions. But critics argue that when you line up the timeline, the affiliations, and that mysterious missing year, the story starts to look bigger than just coincidence. Then, the timeline takes another sharp turn. Not long after Erika reappeared from what she described as a long stretch of isolation, she publicly launched the Romanian Angels Initiative. The project reportedly worked alongside members of the U.S. Army and Marine Corps to support humanitarian efforts overseas. That shift caught a lot of attention, going from nearly a year of private isolation to launching an international project connected to military circles is a major pivot by any standard. It's the kind of timeline jump that naturally makes people curious. And as many viewers already know, that initiative has since faced its own wave of scrutiny online. Critics have claimed that questionable activity may have taken place in areas connected to the charity's operations. However, no official findings have publicly confirmed wrongdoing by Erika herself, and the debate around those claims is still playing out across the internet today. Still, the timing keeps pushing the speculation even further. Once people noticed that mysterious missing year, the same questions started spreading across social media again and again. Was that period simply time away from the spotlight for personal reflection? Or was it preparation for something much bigger? That single question is exactly what keeps this storyline alive. And it's a huge reason tensions around Candace's docuseries keep rising. In fact, in one of Erika's own videos discussing the Romanian Angels Initiative, she publicly thanked a U.S. Army colonel who had previously faced serious allegations. That moment instantly grabbed attention online. Critics quickly began asking why that acknowledgement was included and what the full context behind it might have been. To be fair, no direct wrongdoing has been legally tied to Erika in connection with that situation. But in today's internet climate, optics carry a lot of weight. And for many viewers, that moment sparked serious debate. People started replaying clips, digging through old posts, and asking more questions about how the timeline and the relationships might fit together. This is exactly why Candace's supporters believe she may have stumbled onto something deeper. From their perspective, she isn't just pointing out small inconsistencies here and there. They believe she's pulling on threads that could reveal a much larger web of connections and decisions behind the scenes. And if that idea holds any truth, it could explain why the reaction has been so intense. When reputation, influence, and power are involved, responses can escalate quickly. Very few people are comfortable when attention suddenly lands on areas that were never meant to be examined too closely. But the conversation doesn't stop with Erika alone. Turning Point USA itself is a massive nonprofit organization that reportedly brings in hundreds of millions of dollars in donations. As a registered nonprofit in the United States, the organization does not pay federal income tax, which is completely standard under U.S. law for groups operating in that category. Even so, large nonprofits connected to political movements often face ongoing questions about transparency and how funds are used. That level of scrutiny isn't unusual. It's part of a much broader conversation about accountability in political fundraising and nonprofit leadership. Over the years, there have also been public claims that Charlie himself wanted stronger financial oversight within the organization. Supporters say he believed greater transparency would help strengthen trust among donors and supporters. Whether those claims fully reflect his intentions is still debated today. But the idea has resurfaced now that Candace's series is bringing new attention to the power structure around the organization. And that's why this situation feels bigger than a simple disagreement between public personalities. If Candace continues looking into financial structures, leadership decisions, and past partnerships tied to influential organizations, the spotlight could expand very quickly. Whenever large sums of money and political influence are involved, people tend to guard their networks and reputations closely. That's just the reality of high-stakes environments where power and public image matter a lot. Right now, the tension surrounding this story isn't fading, it's growing. The views keep climbing, the questions keep multiplying, and the fight over the narrative looks far from finished. If you've been watching this story unfold, people across the internet are already debating what might really be happening. Some believe it's coordinated damage control happening behind the scenes. Others think it's simply internal political drama spilling out into public view. Either way, the conversation keeps getting louder. If you've been following the story, drop your thoughts in the comments and let people know what you think is really going on. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who wants to stay updated on what's unfolding here. I'll see you in the next one.